live from El Paso County, Texas, the veterans' capital of the USA. From inside the Alicia Chacon Commissioner's Courtroom of the Enrique Moreno County Courthouse, you are watching the El Paso County Commissioner's Court meeting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Monday, July 21st, 2025. Commissioner's Court is meeting in regular open session. Do we have a Pledge of Allegiance presenter today? Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning, everyone. So I'd like to introduce another fabulous intern here at the Commissioner's Court. This is Alejandro Martinez Cardovich, who is interning with Commissioner Stout's office.
Thank you.
Welcome, Alejandro.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Alejandro, and welcome.
And now we will receive an invocation by Patsy Ojeda.
Good morning, County Judge, County Commissioners, colleagues, and community members. As we gather here today in service of El Paso County, we begin honoring the people who make this region unique, its families, entrepreneurs, educators, veterans, and public servants who strengthen the fabric of our community each day. May the decisions made within these chambers reflect the bold spirit and resilience that define El Paso's unique borderland identity. We give thanks for the county employees whose daily work often gives and goes unseen but is never unnoticed. Their commitment to integrity, inclusion, and excellence fuels our shared mission. May we be guided today by collaborative wisdom, strategic clarity, and an unwavering belief in the value of people-centered governance. In this room, may we elevate diverse voices, pursue innovation without sacrificing compassion, and remain steadfast in our dedication to equity and progress. May we always remember that hope is not passive. It is a force of perseverance that propels us forward, even in times of uncertainty. In conclusion, may hope live in every act of service, every hand extended in support, and every effort made to make our community stronger. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to take the opportunity to, as always, everything that you've done for your husband and Operation Hope, beautiful family. Angel is just such an incredible. The name Angel says it all, but hope also. And when I get to see you out in the community, and I know that it's continuing, and beautiful grandson that he has, so very thankful. And thank you for being here. You're always very welcome. Thank you.
Today we are joined by ASL interpreters Dario Garcia and Tamara Marquez. Judge, do you have any opening comments you'd like to make
Yes,
before we
please.
begin?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. On behalf of myself and our commissioners, and we got Commissioner Stout virtual. I don't know if Commissioner Butler is also, she's not virtual?
No, I believe she's in a training right now, and so I'm not sure if she's going to be able to hop on.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. On behalf of the commissioners, myself, we thank you for being here. I love today, a lot of energy. Everybody, a lot of happy individuals here in the audience, and we're always so appreciative of the opportunity to have you here to be part of our, this government process, but also more importantly, the recognitions. I mean, El Paso is such an incredible community, individuals and associations that all come together and make a huge reason as to why we're so unique and so different from most communities. So we thank you for being here. I know you'll appreciate and stay to hear the three resolutions that we have coming up. So once again, thank you for being here. Have a very blessed day and just a tremendous week. So thank you. Thank you, Jessica. One more thing. Just want to have the opportunity. There's a gentleman in the audience that has been just incredible, has been around county government for a long time. I consider him an incredible friend, so I'd like to wish Cesar, if you might want to stand up, Cesar, for his birthday. Outstanding gentleman, so I hope you do have I hope it was a birthday weekend, okay? We were going to let you not come today, but we decided otherwise because we love you so much, okay? Thank you. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. Item number 4 is the consent agenda composed of items 4A through 4AE. Are there any items members of the court or public would like to pull for discussion?
Commissioners? No? Hearing none, move to approve.
We have a motion by Judge Samaniego, second by Commissioner Olguin. Commissioner Butler is absent. Commissioner Stout?
Aye.
Commissioner Olguin?
Aye.
Commissioner Coronado?
Aye.
Judge Samaniego?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 5, resolutions. 5A, approve and adopt a resolution recognizing Annabelle Rosiles for her exceptional achievements, leadership, and positive impact in the El Paso community.
And thank you. It's a privilege and an honor to present this resolution. If we could have Annabelle come up and her parents. I know her mom's here as well. Would you want to come up with her? Marky?
Can I say a couple words?
No,
Oh, okay, you go ahead,
me, let me go first, and then it's always such a pleasure to our young people, the young people that put us on the map, the ones that are going to be taking over later in our lives, that sense of appreciation that she understands what she needs to do to make a difference, but she's also becomes an incredible role model. And so this is very special. Anytime we honor young people, very special. You know, I keep saying that we lost a lot of our volunteers during the pandemic. A lot of our older population was pretty put in difficult situations during the pandemic. And so we're now looking for our younger generation to step up and become, you know, what do we need? In El Paso, we need to continue. We always talk about how we have beautiful people, we have a beautiful community. Companies love the fact that they love our workforce, how dedicated, how unentitled they are, but we need to keep nurturing that because that has given us so much of an economic difference between other communities. And so I want to read the resolution and talk a little bit about Annabelle. Whereas Annabelle Rosiles has demonstrated outstanding achievement in academics, athletics, leadership, and community service, serving as a role model for youth in El Paso County and beyond. Whereas Annabelle currently holds a prestigious title of U.S. American Preteen 2024, proudly representing the city of El Paso on a national level with grace, pride, and dedication throughout her reign. She has inspired countless young girls to pursue their dreams and goals fearlessly and authentically. Whereas beyond her pageant accomplishments, Annabelle is a talented and well-rounded student athlete. She excels as a soccer goalkeeper and has been selected to represent the United States in international competition in Northern Ireland. Additionally, she serves as a team captain for Del Valle Middle School dance team, exemplifying commitment, teamwork, and school spirit. And whereas Annabelle is deeply engaged in her community promoting positive self-image, cultural pride, and encouraging leadership among youth, she has participated in numerous events such as holiday outreach initiatives, leadership trips, and charitable drives reflecting a heart of service and a strong sense of civic duty. Whereas Annabelle's humility, determination, and passion reflect the values that strengthen communities and inspire future generations of leaders. Her contributions to El Paso community are commendable and deserving of recognition. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the El Paso County Judge and Commissioners Court recognize Annabelle Rosiles for her exceptional achievements, leadership, and positive impact on our community. Signed this 21st day of July, 2021.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Second.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Olguin, second. Commissioner, Commissioner Stout?
Aye.
Commissioner Olguin?
Aye.
Commissioner Coronado?
Aye.
Judge Samaniego?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Annabelle, thank you.
Thank you.
A little closer a little closer to the mic.
Sorry. My name is Ana Barrosiles, as you guys know. I'm your U.S. American preteen 2024, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity today, and I'm so overjoyed that I'm here today and so honored to be able to get this award, and the amazing community service I've done has definitely paid off, but I'm so grateful that I was able to help out so many people during a bunch of the community service I've done. And also, I'd like to speak a little bit about my platform. My platform is Live Long, Stay Strong. I love to get kids out of their bed, out of their phone, and because I tend to do that too. I like to eat unhealthy, I like to be in my bed, and a lot of people my age tend to do that. And I want to be able to change that. I want to be able to get them outside, be able to be active, and do whatever they can to stay active. Even though I haven't been as active lately because I got injured, I still try to eat healthy and still try to at least be working out once a day. So yes, that's my platform. Thank you so much for this honor, and thank you for this opportunity.
Annabelle, how old are you?
I'm turning 13 this August. I'm turning 13 this August.
Very young, very young. Your mom, you want to come up here? Tell us a little bit about Annabelle.
Annabelle is an amazing kid. I am so grateful to have such beautiful person that I have, to be able to call her my daughter. We were able to represent El Paso, Texas in Florida at a pageant where there was over 52 girls competing for a national title, and she was able to bring that title home for El Paso because of her genuinity. It wasn't because of how beautiful they are, it was because of the community service that they did, how they speak, how they help others. And I'm so grateful that she was able to do that. She also took the presidential award for how many community service hours she did. She helped Santa with a badge with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. She also helped the animal shelter of El Paso by getting blankets and toys for kids. So it was a lot, it was very beautiful. She also helped the Ruidoso fires. They got a lot of toiletries, a lot of things that were needed over there at the Ruidoso fire. So it was awesome for her to do those things and for me to just be there cheering her on because it was all her. Honestly, it was all her. It was never pushed by anybody else but herself. So I'm very proud of her, and I'm proud of her platform trying to get people to stay healthy and live longer because that's what she wants to push out to the community.
Well, thank you for you as a parent. You know, the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, right? And so I know that a lot of things that she's accomplished have to do with your own role modeling. As you could see, she just raised the bar for all of us, right, at 12 years old and doing those kinds of things. And I've been pretty, adamant about the fact that our community also needs to step up because, we're getting cut back on funding, on everything that we're trying to do for our community. So obviously then we need that kind of support and individuals like that make us look better, and it takes away a lot of the expense of the county when there's volunteerism. So we thank you for that. We wish you the best in everything that going forward, and just keep us in mind. Let us know what you're doing and what's happening. So Annabelle, once again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get one more?
I'll send it to you.
Sorry.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, one more? Yeah.
Item 5B, approve and adopt a resolution recognizing the week of July 20th through 26th, 2025 as pretrial probation and parole supervision week in El Paso County, Texas.
Welcome. Well, Commissioner Butler asked me to read the resolution. She's not going to be available. I'm sure she regrets not being able to be here, and, so I'll go ahead and do that. Whereas community supervision professionals are an essential part of the criminal justice system, to include those professionals in the El Paso County Community Supervision and Corrections Department, the El Paso County Juvenile Justice Center, and the Texas Juvenile Justice Department Parole, and the El Paso County Criminal Justice Coordination Department. Whereas these professionals uphold the law with dignity and toward all, providing supervision and rehabilitation to both youth and adults through tireless efforts to bridge the gap between the justice system and the El Paso community, offering second chances, restoring hope, and overall fostering of a safer community for everyone. Whereas community supervision professionals work in collaboration with community agencies and groups to promote prevention, intervention, skills development, and advocacy, believing in the power of rehabilitation to assist individuals in becoming valuable members of society. Whereas they consistently demonstrate unwavering commitment and compassion in managing complex caseloads while identifying and addressing the unique needs of those they serve. And whereas the individuals advance restorative justice practices by being responsive to victims' needs by providing essential services, support, safety, and protection. And whereas a community supervision agency stand united here today as one criminal justice system, celebrating the everyday heroes behind this year's theme, Heroes Behind the Mission, transforming lives, enhancing public safety. Now therefore be it resolved that the El Paso County Judge and Commissioners Court hereby honor and commend the exceptional dedication, professionalism, and positive impact of all community supervision professionals who contribute to a just, safe, and striving El Paso community, and the week of July 20th to the 26th, 2025 be recognized as pretrial, probation, and parole supervision week. Signed this 21st day of July 2025.
A motion by Judge Samaniego, second by Commissioner Coronado. Commissioner Stout?
Aye.
You, Commissioner Olguin?
Aye.
Commissioner Coronado?
Aye.
Judge Samaniego?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Catherine. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm only starting because we are pre-trial. So, good morning, Honorable County Judge, Honorable Commissioners. Catherine Jones, Criminal Justice Director with your Criminal Justice Coordination Department. Through the years, I hope that you have an appreciation for how much I adore my colleagues. The work that is done, the work that we do day to day is done by this incredible group of people. They could go on without me, but I could never go on without them. They work tirelessly, and I wanted this year to let you hear from a couple of my supervision officers. I don't think they're too happy that I volunteered them, but we're giving them some public speaking opportunities.
Thank you for that, Catherine.
Hello, good morning. My name is Alexis Yanez. I recently joined the CJC department as a personal bond supervision officer. My general caseload consists of a little over 300 individuals. Us officers all manage to conduct complete court calls, treatment referrals, orientations, drug testing, and electronic monitoring for each individual. This approach is necessary while supporting community integration, as this allows clients to remain employed, having family ties, and allowing them to form stability while awaiting trial. This approach also minimizes the harm of unnecessary incarceration for lower-risk individuals. This service that us officers provide brings great pleasure to myself, as it helps keep El Paso community safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Aaron Palomino, and I am proud to serve as a pretrial supervision officer with the El Paso County Criminal Justice Department. Being a supervision officer is a role that allows me to contribute to public safety while supporting individuals through accountability, structure, and rehabilitation. Each day, we work with clients who are navigating difficult chapters in their lives. Pretrial supervision is not just about enforcing conditions, it's about creating opportunities for people to take responsibility, make better choices, and avoid further involvement in the justice system. One of the most critical parts of my role is supervising individuals charged with DWI offenses. Driving while intoxicated is a serious public safety concern, and our work directly addresses that risk. Through consistent check-ins, alcohol monitoring, and tools like ignition interlocks, we help ensure that clients remain accountable, but just as important, we also provide encouragement, resources, and support, helping clients build a path forward. I take great pride in being part of a department that understands the balance between public safety and second chances. Our team is dedicated to preventing repeat offenses, restoring accountability, and helping individuals become more stable and responsible members of our community. So thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you today.
Thank you. Welcome.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
My name is Magdalena Morales Jaina. I am the director for El Paso County Community Supervision and Corrections Department, also known as adult probation. So we're the next phase after the criminal justice coordination. I'd like to thank the staff, and I'm going to follow in Ms. Jones's steps and allowing one of my staff members to talk. The theme for this year is Heroes Behind the Mission, Transforming Lives and Enhancing Public Safety. I'm going to introduce to you Cristina Chavez, who started off as a mental health probation officer and is now the supervisor for our court services.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you for honoring us this week. As Ms. Morales mentioned, I did start off as an intern with adult probation, and then I became a mental health officer for the past 13 years. So it has been very important to me to recognize my fellow staff members, those that I work with, and the clients in the population that we work with. I am recently was transferred to court services. I became the supervisor here, so now we have that first contact with those clients, and I would like to continue working with my staff so we are better educated in knowing the resources that we have in the communities so that we can go ahead and present those resources to our clients so that we can help them better advance and be successful on probation. And that's why I think my staff are the biggest heroes here in the courthouse, because they do have that first contact and they do, to their best of their abilities, find those resources available in our community. And we all know that sometimes it is very hard to do so. So I would like to commend my staff for being the heroes of adult probation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. My name is Alicia Davila. I'm the Senior Deputy Director for the El Paso County CSCD, Adult Probation. And I'd like to take an opportunity to thank all of the staff that we work for our department, who work tirelessly with our clients in a thankless job, right? I'm almost saying that it is a thankless job, but not really. I mean, they don't get accolades from the public usually, but they do get accolades when clients successfully succeed probation, where we're able to integrate them back into the community, where they become productive citizens. And so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of the staff that work tirelessly, show up every day, and give it 100%. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. My name is Janelle Morgan, and I'm the Director of Juvenile Probation Services at the El Paso County Juvenile Probation Department. I'm here today on behalf of our Chief, Rosie Medina, and I would like to just recognize our staff, and thank you so much for this resolution. From the maintenance department at the Juvenile Probation Department to the kitchen to information systems to accounting, we have just a great team over there that are truly the heroes behind the mission, working with the youth of this county in order to make sure that they are successful and that they don't end up in the adult systems that talked previously. So thank you so much for this resolution, and we'll be sure to recognize our staff throughout this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Anyone else? If we could, if not anybody else, but if you could introduce yourselves, we'd love for you to tell us where you're at and your name, please.
Hi, I'm Brittany Gatlin, and I'm the Supervision Manager.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Yakira Miller, and I am a Supervision Officer for the Mental Health Caseload.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Priscilla Escontrias, and I am also a Supervision Officer.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is David Alarcon, and I'm also a Supervision
Thank
Officer.
you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Escalante, and I'm a Supervision Officer as well.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Michelle Chavez, and I'm a Supervision Officer Senior.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Leslie Rodriguez, and I'm a Senior Supervision Officer with the DWI caseload.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is also Leslie, but my last name is Melendez, and I'm a Supervision Officer.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Catherine Martinez, and I am a new Supervision Officer with the Mental Health Grant.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody, my name is Bonnie Fuentes, and I'm an Intensive Supervision Officer.
Thank you.
Morning, everybody. My name is Ivan Baez. I'm a supervision officer with the Swiss Certain Fair Grant.
Thank you.
My name is Catherine Aguayo, and I am a Supervision Officer.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nicole Salgado. I'm a Senior Supervision Officer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sandra Martinez. I am Texas Juvenile Justice Department Juvenile Parole Officer.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Charter. I'm the Interim Director of Clinical Services for Juvenile Probation.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kamar Jackson. I'm the Director of Special Programs at the Juvenile Probation Department.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sal Leos. I'm the Director of Intake Services at the Juvenile Probation Department.
Thank you.
Melissa Rodriguez, and I am an Admin Specialist with the Juvenile Probation Department.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Elizabeth Cervantes, the Field Compliance and Community Improvement Supervisor at JPD.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Talia Lara, and I'm the Learning and Development Specialist at the Juvenile Probation Department.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Pamela Martin. I'm with the Training Unit with Juvenile Probation Department,
Thank you.
Admin Specialist.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ponce Jaime, a custodian at JPD.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nazareth Arieta. I'm the Community Services Lead at JPD.
Thank you.
Good morning. Cynthia Caro, Adult Probation, Director of Programs and Operations.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ines Rodriguez, and I'm a Supervision Officer with Adult Probation, and I work with the War Treatment Court Program and the Aftercare Program.
Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jeremy Cardona Garcia. I'm at the Downtown Field Office under General Supervision for Adult Probation.
Hello, I'm Brianna Serrano with El Paso CSCD, and I'm a Court Liaison Officer.
Thank you.
Morning, I'm Vinadia Herrera. I work with the El Paso Adult Probation, and I'm the officer for one of the officers for the Safe P Reentry Drug Court Program.
Thank you.
Morning, my name is Melin Flores, and I'm with the Inspire Treatment Court.
Thank you.
Good
Welcome.
morning. My name is Liz Ortiz, and I am a court liaison officer with adult probation.
Thank you. Good morning.
My name is Linda Potts, and I'm with the DWI Court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Araceli Molinar. I'm also adult probation officer, and I'm with the DWI Court.
Thank you. You know, I'm so appreciative, or we're very appreciative that you all showed up and allow us to recognize this. A lot of people don't get the second chance, and then people rely sort of on, only a few respond to a second chance. But I know Rosie and Magda and everyone else will tell you that the percentage is really very high as to those that do respond to the second chance. And then there's a couple that don't, and then we sort of tint that situation. Through my career, you get different titles and you get a master's degree and all that, and I never get a response when I say I was a juvenile probation officer. And they look at me because I think it says something very powerful, because that means that you've been around children. I sort of followed, I started in Parks and Recreation, working with kids, and then that's where I found out kids got in trouble. And then they went into the legal system, became a probation officer, realized that a lot of mental health challenges in the families and with them, so followed the mental health path and became a clinical therapist, and then actually worked in prison. So I got to see some of the kids that were in the probation department that ended up in prison, and the sadness that comes with that, because we didn't have the resources. It was you as a probation officer, and that was it. No resources, community wasn't that aware of what was needed. So I do have a very deep appreciation for what you do and how difficult it is, but how rewarding it could be. I haven't been able to supersede how I felt to see a young person be able to, get them out of the criminal system, getting them back into the family and into society. And knowing that, and I said that, I had an opportunity at the LULAC with a scholarship program to say that there's nothing more heavy and difficult than a parent having to deal with a child that is not in a good place. And so when you help that child come back and be whole and get back on path, the family is so thankful, because no one understands the impact it has on a family when a child and then later an adult is not in the best place. The impact it has for the family, the impact it has for the community. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is that I hope deep down in your hearts that you understand how thankful we are and how proud you should be of this profession. And this, making every effort to be able to get, our children, our adults back on track. And I do hope you feel that, because you do a lot for the community. I'll never stop saying that when you do that, you do a lot for economic development, more than bringing a company in, more than we bring Amazon. It seems great. But getting people not to be in jail, not to be in problems, the expense that goes with that is very much equivalent to companies coming into our community. So people don't realize that the ultimate impact that you have is really on the economy and how much you do for economic development. If we don't have a safe community, if we can't continue to say we're a safe city, we get, it really hurts us. And so thank you for everything that you do, but I do hope you sort of go beyond that help that you did there and the impact it had on so many individuals when you get someone back on the right path. I know I'd like to have Commissioner Coronado talk a little bit, because I know he's very, very engaged, and so is Commissioner Holguin on what you do and what we're trying to accomplish as a community. So Commissioner Coronado.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. You know, so I know from firsthand experience, we're working in the system, you know, how stretched y'all are. Back when I first started practicing law, you know, each one of the supervision officers, just their load was just incredible until I found out, you know, how much y'all stretched were thin and supervising those individuals. And really, you know, the probation or community supervision, at the heart of it is to make sure that we rehabilitate people, right? And some of these people, you know, aren't bad people. They just do dumb things, right? We want to keep them from doing those dumb things. And some of them have a lot of obstacles, right? And unfortunately, over the years, our system has not provided those resources necessary to make sure that we provide those resources to help these individuals. I know for a fact, you know, that here locally, and it's the same across the state, that there were very few resources here locally for women that were on probation to be able to service them, as well as throughout the state. And as far as mental health issues, you know, historically, we've been behind the 8 ball, right? But we're getting better. We're getting better, and I know that this court is committed to making sure that we provide all of you with those resources necessary to make sure that these individuals, we remove those obstacles they have from getting back into trouble and actually help them to improve themselves and their situation. Because if we do that, we know that they're going to become productive citizens and they're not going to come back. And so we have a lot of programs now, and I know that everybody is engaged in trying to do this work, and the Commissioner's Court is very dedicated to making sure you know, that we keep people out of the system. And so we have a lot of these specialty courts and diversion programs, and I know that, you know, eventually we're not going to help everybody, but we need to do our best to help the most people we can. And I want to thank you all for the dedication y'all have to this work. It's very difficult, it's very hard, and you know, we want to thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I just want to thank you all for your work. I know one of the speakers said that it's difficult. And a lot of times it's work that's not recognized, and that is true, unfortunately. So I want to take this opportunity to make sure that each and every one of you understand how much we really do appreciate the work that you do. You really are unsung heroes in our community. And please know that it may not feel like it. It may not feel like people know or understand the work that you do, but we do. We understand that you are in a position to change someone's life each and every day. So please don't ever forget that. And please know that we appreciate and we see all of the incredibly difficult work that you do for the residents of our county each and every day. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you.
Now we need a photo.
Yes, sir, yeah. Come this way.
Come on up, guys. I think we'll probably stand behind, huh?
Yeah, here. Tall men in the back.
Straight to the back.
Straight to the back. Tall people in the back. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
We have the tall individuals go to up to the dais, please.
Oh, tall individuals up here. They want you up here. Tall in the back.
All in the back.
They want the tall folks in back here.
Now for the special.
All right, there you go. Yeah, Monty, you have to go. Tall folks in the back. How are you? Good, good. Oh, thank you for your work. I love the shirt, by the way. Good morning. Thank you for your work. Thank you so much. Thank you for your work. Yeah, Catherine, I think you need to be back here. Tall guys in the back. Tall in the back.
Sir, how are you?
Good morning. You can move that chair out of the way. Push it kind of that way.
Catherine.
Oh.
How are you? Good, good. Nice to see you.
The ones that came with look like this.
Item 5C, approve and adopt a resolution declaring the month of July 2025 as Disability Pride Month in El Paso County, Texas.
All right, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Commissioners, Judge. I'm very proud to be able to read this resolution into the record. Let me pull up my notes here real quickly. So I just wanted to mention that over the last number of years, the county has really tried to do a lot more, and we need to continue to keep doing more. We've done things like establishing All Abilities Playground, and I know that our staff here at the county, Amanda Manning, has worked hard to update our compliance in other ways, and has worked with many of our guests today who represent many of the El Paso organizations that advocate for pride and dignity year-round. This includes the Arc of El Paso, providing opportunities to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD, as well as their families and caregivers. Volar Center for Independent Living, one of 16 organizations in Texas, which makes it their mission to improve a person's level of independence. The El Paso Desert Adapt, which fights for accessibility in areas such as transportation, housing, public accommodations, and governmental buildings and programs. And the Down Syndrome Coalition for El Paso, which provides resources for individuals with Down syndrome and their families, such as a preschool program, educational symposium, and a book club for teens and adults. And there are others in this space that work in various ways, such as Gozo's Ice Cream, founded by the El Paso Community Foundation, the Autism Society of Texas, El Paso, El Paso's Miracle League, Every Little Blessing Preschool, Navigate Life Texas, Project Amistad, Gigi's Playhouse, Children's Disability Information Coalition as well. I also want to mention Antonio Williams, who is an attorney and advocate whose post on this this month led to this resolution. And it is because of advocates such as you all and these that I've mentioned that I have learned so much. And one example is that in my office, we try to ensure that our social media posts are accessible, and that they aren't always, and if they aren't always posted that way, we try to go back and fix it. Sometimes we don't hit the mark, and we're always striving to be better. So please, if folks notice we've dropped the ball, please let us know so we can correct that. Another, I think, important aspect of our work to create accessibility is, during COVID, it was the first time that we actually had sign language interpreters, and we still have them. If you look at the back of the room, they're there doing their work and making sure that we are accessible to folks that are hard of hearing. So with that, I'll go ahead and read the resolution, and we can hear from our guests and my colleagues on the court. So the resolution states, whereas more than 1 in 4 Americans have a disability, and whereas in July 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed to protect all peoples with disabilities from discriminatory practices, making this the 35th anniversary of the landmark legislation. In 1990, Boston became the first city to have a Disability Pride event, and in 2015, Disability Pride Month was officially established with a parade in New York City. And whereas the Disability Pride flag holds deep meaning, with red standing for physical disabilities, yellow for neurodiversity, white for invisible disabilities, and blue for psychiatric disabilities, green for sensory disabilities, and a black background for the mistreatment and deaths of those in the disability community. And whereas all people play integral and contributing roles in society, so it is important to value the fact that being inclusive of the disability community encourages greater, fairer opportunities. And whereas as recent threats have been made against the protected rights of the disabled community, it is also crucial to define ableism as discrimination against people with disabilities under the assumption that people with disabilities are any less capable. And whereas Disability Pride Month and the Disability Pride flag allow the entire community to come together, such celebrations and events of inclusion are important to recognize, for they mitigate stigmas directed towards the disability community, lessening any injustices. And now therefore be it resolved that the El Paso County Judge and Commissioners Court declare July to be Disability Pride Month, celebrating all people with disabilities, embracing their achievements, strengths, and stories, honoring those who work in our community for greater inclusiveness, and recognizing their many contributions. Signed this 21st day of July, 2025, the Honorable County Commissioners Court.
We have a motion by Commissioner Stout, second by Judge Samaniego. The voting is open.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner. Motion carries.
So I believe there's, I can't see from my view from the camera who we have in the audience to speak, but if there are, do we have members?
There are, Commissioner. One moment.
Okay.
Just a second, Commissioner.
I think there was somebody from.
Welcome.
Elizabeth Cervantes and Molly Saenz. Okay. Now I can see some folks. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
My name is.
Thank you.
It doesn't work either. It's my voice.
Juan Guzman, he represents Desert Adapt.
You have to hold the mic really close, Amanda. Sorry.
Really close? Oh, okay,
Yes.
there we go. This is Herman Guzman. He is here representing Desert Adapt and also Austin Adapt and National Adapt. Their organization is to advocate accessibility, whether it's transportation, streetlights, crosswalks, curb cuts, housing. He said, Commissioner Stout said it all.
Thank you. Amanda, his name again, please?
Herman Guzman.
Oh, Mr.
Herman
Guzman,
Guzman.
thank you so much. Go ahead, Amanda, if you want to comment as well, because you're right in the midst of things.
Thank you, Judge. Amanda Manning, ADA Coordinator. I have been the ADA Coordinator for almost 14 years now here for the county, and I want to say that we've come a long ways in those 14 years. We still have a ways to go, but with the commission or a county court that we've got, you guys have always been willing to do what's needed to make our county accessible for those with disabilities. So I thank you all for that.
Thank you. Would you like to say?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Molly Sines. I am here representing the ARC of El Paso. And as well, I have the honor to sit on the board for the ARC of Texas, representing El Paso through the state of Texas. We serve those with intellectual developmental disabilities. We do have those that are considered hidden disabilities, which are like autism and ADHD as well, that many, you can't tell that someone has those. I am also a mother of two. I have two little ones that have autism and ADHD, and my youngest also has dyslexia. They are my reason why. And I work very hard alongside great advocates and other personnel in our disability community to try to make an impact in El Paso, to bring inclusion, to make sure that all those who do have a disability and whose voices can't be heard, that we are their voices to make a change in El Paso and throughout our Texas and the US. It's very important for many of us, and as a mother, to put our voices out there to let people know that there needs to be change, that there needs to be inclusion, that we need to make sure that everything is set up for our future generations so that they don't have to fight as much as we have to fight for them right now. So we do appreciate you all for bringing this resolution and allowing us to make awareness for those who live this daily. Unless you have a disability, you have a loved one who has a disability, you'll never know what the fight is and how it impacts your life on a daily basis. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And Commissioner Stout, thank you very much for the resolution. I always love to thank George Zavala. He's blind, and he does so much. I mean, he lights a fire on me. I mean, I get that little text every so often about something that we should be doing, something that we should be involved in. And, you know, the county, I mean, we're all about accessibility. But then we have to realize that accessibility could be transportation for everyone. But then even transportation becomes difficult if you're disabled. Education, any element of accessibility, I think in the past was seen very generic. Like we need to have, you know, to the parks, to recreation, but then we realized that we weren't doing as much specifically, that those that are having more of a difficult time of being able to do the things that we all do. And now we're extremely conscientious about those things, even the small things. For example, we did a beautiful mural in El Paso at the Healing Garden, and then we were sort of rushing into it, thinking, you know, there was a way to look at it, and then we realized that there was, if someone was disabled or if they were in a wheelchair, would they be able to see the mural as anybody else would? And that's our goal. There shouldn't be any difference. They should be able to enjoy everything, and we should do everything possible to make sure that they have that same accessibility as anybody else. You're not going to be a great community or great society if you don't take care of those that need our help, that are disabled. Also, we're never going to be a great community if we don't take care of our elderly. You know, it's always said that when you take care of the most vulnerable, that's really the ranking you'll get as a community. Communities do a lot of great things, but they forget the most vulnerable, the ones that need our help more, and for us to stand up, for us to be a voice for them. So I thank you, Commissioner Stout. This is a very important element of accessibility, and I thank you for that, and I'll send it back to you, Commissioner.
Well, again, I just want to thank the Commissioners Court for the work that they have done over the last number of years to try to increase accessibility. I want to thank Ms. Manning for 14 years. Wow, that's quite a long time to be working here at the county and on behalf of the disabled community. Thank you, Mr. Guzman, for always being active and for always making sure that we hold ourselves and others accountable, and you know, to the others at Desert Adapt, Josue and Ms. Grajeda, who are always in contact with me as well. I want to thank everybody for their advocacy and for helping us really to make sure that we're doing the best that we possibly can. So let's go ahead and take a picture.
Thank you, Commissioner. Appreciate that.
Resolution if we can. Thank you.
Item number 6 is public comment. We do have several speakers signed up. Our first speaker we have signed up is Ms. Veronica Carvajal. And just as a reminder, there is a 5-minute time limit for public comment. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good morning,
Good
Judge,
morning.
Commissioners. My name is Veronica Carvajal, and I am here on behalf of the Sembrando Esperanza Coalition and as a ratepayer of El Paso Electric. Some of our members were not able to make it. They're dealing with flooding in their backyards because of the rains. As you know, Sembrando Esperanza is a coalition comprised of 11 of the hottest, most polluted, and most economically stressed neighborhoods in El Paso County. On Friday, July 18th, we proudly mailed our technical comments as well as 600 written comments to the Utility Commission of Texas in opposition of El Paso Electric's increases. We want to note that Amanecer and each are not represented today because they are interveners, just like the county is, and so they're not protesters the way that we are. You have received a copy of our technical comments by both email and in hard copy. As you know, the hearing on this matter will begin August 7th unless the interveners and the applicant, El Paso Electric, are able to reach a settlement. We're asking the Utility Commission, El Paso Electric, and all of the interveners to stand with us and to not raise rates on residences, on solar users, on rate 41 payers like the county, and to also deny El Paso Electric's profit increase proposal. Please say no to higher bills that are driven by corporate greed and climate pollution in the form of greenhouse gases. Over 90% of the rate increase will be paid by residential and rate 41 customers, not industry and not commerce. The residential increases will jeopardize the financial and physical health of many El Pasoans who cannot afford to pay their electric bills right now. We are especially concerned about people with disabilities who you just made a resolution to honor, who depend on medical equipment that is plugged in, as well as face special vulnerabilities because of hot temperatures. We have a website, sembrandoesperanza915.org, where you can find a lot of the information that I'll refer to today. Our team was led by the residents and their requests, but you will see that we did create 2 types of analyses, and these were done by 2 volunteer PhDs, myself, I'm a lawyer, and a person with a master's in journalism. So we did our very best to do these analyses. Right now, the commission does not require applicants to demonstrate how their rate increases will impact the people who are most poor, who are struggling the most, nor does it ask them to actually show a bill estimator that would facilitate anyone entering their usage to figure out how much this will actually impact them. So we did both, and our estimates are just that. We do not guarantee them, and we do welcome El Paso Electric and their analysis as well as their creation of something similar. We estimate that the proposed electricity rate increase will cause 40% of El Paso County households, that's 118,000 households, approximately 341,000 people, will exceed the recommended ratio of electricity expenses to income. This means that people will have to decide how to prioritize their very basic needs, right? They're going to be thrown into energy insecurity by these increases. If El Paso Electric is allowed to raise these rates and we have a summer that is as hot as 2023 was, which is the hottest summer on record, the entire year was a record heat year, half of El Pasoans will suffer an excessive electric cost burden. The second thing that we looked at was, as I said, we have this calculator that the public can use on our website that showed us, surprisingly, that people who use less electricity will actually see a higher percentage increase in their bills. We looked at one person who is living in an apartment, 1 bedroom, by themselves downtown, near downtown, and their electric bill per month is about 244 kilowatts. The average consumption in El Paso is 663 kilowatts per year, per month. And for July, which meant that from early June to early July, their bill was for $58. They only consumed 358 kilowatts because this summer hasn't been as hot as 2023. If they use the same consumption, if they consume the same next year, their bill would be $79. They're going to see a $20 increase from this year to the next. That's 35%. Using the 2024 usage numbers, their bill will increase $161 next year, and that's 31%. You're going to hear the company talk a lot about 23%, but that is actually not accurate. Should I stop or continue? Is that my timer?
Yes, but try to finish and we'll let you do. Thank you.
And so we really believe that we should stop compensating El Paso Electric for a problem of their own creation, and that is hotter temperatures. They are one of the bigger polluters of greenhouse gas emissions and air emissions in our community, and to have to now pay more to be polluted and to face hotter temperatures is incredibly unfair and unjust and dangerous, because we know that a lot of people in our community will not turn on their air conditioner because they're afraid of their utility bills. So please stand with us and ask for better rates or no rate increase on our bills. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Veronica. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Do we have Mario Solano here? Thank you.
Welcome, Mario.
Good morning,
Welcome.
Honorable
Good
Judge and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning. Dovetailing to what Ms. Carvajal said, I am a member of the community under Ms. Butler's precinct, and I live about a mile away from the electric company on the Montana Power Station. My family and I ask you to continue opposing the rate hikes for the El Paso Electric. They are continuing to punish roof solar users like myself. A few years back, we decided to install over $41,000 worth of solar panels. We don't use natural gas. There isn't any available. We don't use propane gas because it's expensive. We care about my family's health, the communities, and the environment. That's why we went solar. But El Paso Electric doesn't think or thank us for it. They so much make it harder for us to do the right thing. From July 2024 to June 2025, our solar panels created more electricity than what we used. That was a total of 2,044 kilowatt hours. That extra energy went back to the electric company. El Paso Electric paid us a whole $33 for this extra electricity at the rate of 0.016 per kilowatt hour. Then the El Paso Electric Company turned around and sold this electricity that I created to other customers at a higher cost and made between $188 and $219 for my electricity that I provided. That means the El Paso Electric netted between $155 and $186 for my power generation. In addition, we were forced to pay a minimum monthly bill of $30.25. Even though we created more energy than what we used from our panels, we paid, and that don't pollute. This fee cost us an additional $142 over the year. If El Paso Electric rate increase goes through, households with solar panels will have to pay a new demand charge in addition to the other rate increases that all households will have to pay. For our house, all of these increases will make our average monthly bills go up 15%. But the month of July, our bill will go up 67%. If El Paso Electric keeps the same rate for paying us for the excess energy we sell them, they will net as much as 860% for the energy that I provided that they will only give us $33 for. El Paso Electric needs to compensate solar users at a higher rate. We ask you, Your Honorable Judge, and the commissioners to stand with the people and deny the rate increase. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Sir.
Is there a Saul Gonzalez in the audience? Thank you.
What's the name? Just
Saul Gonzalez.
Saul. Welcome, Saul.
Buenos días, good morning.
Buenos días.
My name is Saul Gonzalez. I'm a member of the Sembrando Esperanza Coalition, and I live in one of the Sembrando Esperanza areas. I'm here today not to talk about numbers or policies, but about people, about what the proposed El Paso electric rate increase would mean for the everyday lives of El Pasoans. A few days ago, I spoke with a resident who told me that she cannot afford all her medication. She sometimes gives medication, and this rate increase will only make it worse. Now, with this heat, she's terrified of what will happen if her bill goes up any higher. For some, an increase of $20 to $30 a month may not seem like much, but for many of our families, that amount means less medication, less food on the table, etc. People in our neighborhoods depend on power for basic needs, to keep insulin refrigerated, to run oxygen machines, to be safely when the temperatures outside reach triple digits. We're not talking about convenience, we're talking about survival. Every time a new rate case is filed, we hear it's for necessary investments, but my question is, when do we ratepayers see the benefit? When do we, the people paying the bills, get a break? Why is it that these investments always lead to higher bills but never to relief? Many of us feel like we're paying more and getting less. It feels like the system is built to prioritize profit, not people. And our community is tired. I'm tired. I'm asking for your leadership to help elevate the voices of those most affected, to ask the hard questions, to make sure that when utility decisions are made, the health, safety, and affordability for residents come first. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saul, for your time. Appreciate it.
Next speaker signed up is Ms. Rebecca Leon. Not sure if she's present. Okay, thank you. Our next speaker signed up, Ms. Elizabeth Crawford.
Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Upon assuming office, the U.S. President appointed Paula White as the spiritual advisor. Paula White, the self-proclaimed pastor and televangelist. Her most famous alleged quote, "To say no to President Trump will be saying no to God." I hope that somehow this statement was ripped out of its context, yet it does reflect a mindset that has been very common these past 6 months. God's word warns us, "You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." One of the most important prayers in recent days has been, "Lord God, strengthen those who are genuine Christians to speak out to Donald Trump when he's wrong." I'm thankful that finally there's some strong outcry from the evangelical community, who have been, as we know, one of Donald Trump's key voting blocs. I went by the federal courthouse here in El Paso about 2 weeks ago to simply stand outside and pray. I can't align myself with the groups that believe in open borders, that say that there should be no border wall. I don't agree with that at all. We do need a protected border. However, for sure, there needs to be discernment and differentiation and compassion in how to deal with those people already here. As we know, it's not one size fits all for those who entered the U.S. illegally. Recently, I've had 2 conversations with people in my life who are pretty hardcore MAGA supporters, and was greatly relieved to hear them say that there does need to be mercy in the midst of justice. My one friend told me that a large group of evangelical pastors has now signed off on a letter to our president asking him to differentiate between those who have been living criminal lives in the U.S. versus those who have been striving to live decent lives in the U.S. and be productive, and whose lives would be in danger if they do get deported. I'm so happy that this has happened. As we do know, this is the president's voting bloc and was his base to get into office. In addressing the immigrant situation, many have attempted to liken Jesus to the migrants. We need to be very careful about this because, yes, Jesus was a migrant teacher, but he never did anything illegal against Roman law of that day and where he traveled. In fact, Mary and Joseph were meticulous in obeying the law, going to Bethlehem to register for the census for taxation in order to comply with civil law, even when she was very late in her pregnancy and then gave birth in Bethlehem. Because Jesus was sinlessly perfect, because he fulfilled the Mosaic law flawlessly, and because he lived the life that every one of us has failed to live, this gave him the authority and power to provide salvation for all who will believe on his name. In alluding ultimately to what one day God will do to repentant Israel when he restores them, the psalmist wrote these beautiful words: "Mercy and truth are met together, righteousness and peace have kissed each other." And we know this is exactly what happened on the cross. God's holy demands were satisfied by the righteousness of Christ so that he could extend mercy to all who would repent and believe by his grace. Our prayer is that God would use people around our president, people who voted him in, not to always say, "Yes, Mr. Trump, you are a great president," to whatever he orders, but rather to remind him night and day of the character of the true King of heaven, perfect, uncompromising justice, and also unspeakable mercy as he wills, as the sovereign Lord wills. Thank you so much. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, sir.
Our last speaker signed up is Ms. Melissa Carrillo.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Melissa Carrillo with El Paso County Operations. Today, I just want to use this opportunity during public comment to really clarify some misinformation that was spread over the weekend. Our communications team has already sent out a news release clarifying that information, but I want to further use this time as an opportunity to do so for our employees watching and also for our public who is tuned in. The most important thing that I want to say at this time is we are not in a deficit. I think that's really critical to express. We are not in a deficit. Unfortunately, the math that was used in this past weekend's press release and misinformation was comparing very different math equations to very different target reserves. And so what we want to express is that a month ago in June, the news did get it right when they reported that we had an $18 million goal to hit our 8% target reserve, which, as you all know, every year during budget, we're looking at that percentage because in accordance with our financial policies, we try to reach that 10% norm, which is really putting us in a very strong financially secure position when it comes to our reserves. In June, we reported that we were working on closing an $18 million gap to get to that 8% reserve. This past week, on Thursday, we presented that number had actually improved, and we were at a $14.9 million gap, which means we have improved since last month. So I just wanted to ensure that the public, the employees, of course, court, you know this, just to clarify that misinformation so that we all understand what's happening. And again, we're still very much in proposals. We have yet to consider our budget hearing. That first budget hearing for you all will be on Monday, August 11th. Those numbers will continue to change. But again, as of today, we are at a $14.9 million goal to continue hitting that 8% reserve. We'll continue working hard with your department heads, your electeds, and of course your chief administrator to see what we can do to bring that 14.9 closer to zero. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
And that completes all the speakers for public comment. Okay, item 7, litigation, justice, and law enforcement. 7A, pursuant to Texas Family Code Section 203.005 and Texas Local Government Code Sections 323.021, conduct a public hearing to receive comment on the need to adopt service fees, opinion number 8840. Could we please have a motion to open a public hearing?
So moved.
Second by Commissioner Olguin. The voting is open. Thank you, Commissioner. Judge, your vote?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good
Judge
morning,
and Commissioners,
Brian.
Brian Stanley with the Domestic Relations Office. How are y'all this morning?
Real good, thank you.
Good. I appreciate the time that you have allotted us to bring this item before you today. We are seeking to update the Domestic Relations Office and Law Library fees. So these are the current Domestic Relations Office fees as they currently exist. We have many fees that are on here that are at zero or no cost because of grants and contracts that we have that cover the services. We have two, our child support and our probation fee that the state gives us guidelines on what we are able to charge for those, and the other are determined by the Commissioners Court themselves. So keeping with the county's strategic plan of improving internal operations and supporting community services, I'd like to cover our fees that we're recommending to be updated. The first is our paternity. So the paternity testing fee that we have on here is $125. We're recommending that be removed. We haven't provided that service in probably 25 years. The Attorney General Office provides the service probably at $200. If we were to provide this service, it would probably be $300 to $400 if we were to provide it. It would be very expensive for us to compete with the Attorney General's office. They're like the Sam's or Costco. The volume that they do is so large, we wouldn't be able to match the price that they have for that. The next two I'm very excited about. This is a new service. It's supportive supervised visits. The first is a $50 application fee for each parent, where we would do a risk assessment as well as review their current order for what it says for their visitation, how it's to occur, if there's any outstanding legal action going on in the case. And then there's the $75 for 1 2-hour visit that would be performed by our social workers. Now, I wanted to go over the continuum of services so that you understand how supportive supervised visits would fit in with how we currently have it. So you would have on the left where visits aren't occurring with parents, or there's been a long gap where there's been no visits occurring. Supportive supervised visits is kind of like a bridge where you'd be able to have our social workers provide parent education and coaching so that they could go into supervised visits. You're continuing to have supervised visits, and the purpose of supervised visits is to protect as a safe environment for visits to occur. The supportive supervised visits not only provides a safe environment, but that coaching and parent education so that when they go to a supervised visit, they have positive interactions. And the overall goal is for families to go to unsupervised visits. The next is our law library fee. This fee we currently charge for copies is 10 cents. We've charged that since 1984, so 41 years. And I just found out this morning, I was talking to Lynn. She said, well, we charged 10 cents because that's what the machine took was dimes. And so understanding that it's stayed at this rate since 1984, it's been this way for a while. And it didn't take into account, ink, toner, service agreements, keeping up with replacement for the copier. So we're recommending that the rate go up to 20 cents. I did an analysis on other law libraries and around the state, and they went all the way up to 50 cents for copies. So going up to 20 cents is a nominal fee. The next three are court order services for our family court services. They include the adoption evaluation, consultation, and limited investigations. These were last reviewed in 2015, and it was based on the salary of the social workers and the amount of time that it took to perform these activities. Their salaries have increased since 2015. And even with that increase, the adoption evaluation that we have here in El Paso County, taking a $10 increase, it's still cheaper than other bureaus in the state. I looked, Harris County charges $720 and Tarrant County charges $500 a parent, so that's $1,000 for them to have an adoption evaluation. And these are court ordered by the family court judges. And this is a little legal background on it. The family code covers those services that are by the DRO, and the Texas Local Government Code covers the y'all's authority to authorize the copy fee. And this would be the new fees for the Domestic Relations Office if approved. Okay, thank you. Any thoughts or questions?
Can we have, oh, go ahead.
I think it's just more than modest. I mean, we're trying to make sure that our, local community is able to take advantage of these services, and I think that's very, very modest. I know of other places that have charged way more than that for a long time. And so if we can keep it at that, even just that small increase, I'm all for it.
We do not have any speakers for this public hearing signed up. Could we have a motion to close the public hearing? Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Olguin, second by Commissioner Stout. The voting is open.
I vote aye.
Judge? Thank you. Commissioner Butler is absent. Motion carries. So item 7B, pursuant to the Texas Family Code, Section 203.005, and Texas Local Government Code, Section 323.021, discuss and take appropriate action to approve and adopt services fees for the El Paso County Domestic Relations Office Law Library.
Good afternoon, Brian Stanley with the Domestic Relations Law Library. We're recommending that the fees be presented be adopted by the court today.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Olguin, second by Commissioner Stout. The voting is open.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Item 8, Economic Development. 8A, discuss and take appropriate action to select 2 members of Commissioners Court to the MPO International Border Crossing Strategic Plan Steering Committee. And for this item, we are requesting for it to be postponed for 1 week. I have a motion by Commissioner Olguin, a second by Commissioner Stout. The voting is open. Thank you.
Aye.
Commissioner Stout, your vote. Thank you. Motion carries. Before we go into executive session, we are going to request for item 9C be postponed. Item 9C is pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section we're going to ask for a motion to delete. And item 9C is pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, discuss legal rights and responsibilities pertaining to the Commissioners Court's legal authority and intersection with the county auditor and the county purchasing agent. I have a motion to delete by Commissioner Olguin. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Coronado. The voting is open.
I vote aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Commissioners Court will now recess into executive session to discuss item 9A and 9B pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071. And Commissioners Court will reconvene to take official action. It is 11:03 a.m.
You know, it's good enjoyment, good relaxation, good therapy coming out here and coping with situations and relaxation. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's nice.
In the summertime, it's nice and cool down here. About 8 o'clock, starts getting warm, but it's nice and cool. Come down here and relax for a couple of hours before you have to go out here and face the world.
The bait, it varies. You know, when I first started out here, they were hitting on chicken breast. They stopped hitting on chicken breast. What's very popular is weenie, hot dog, and then they stop hitting on the hot dog, and then all of a sudden they start hitting on the shrimp, and then it slows down on the shrimp. Now I'm using some stink bait, and it really stinks. So hopefully we can catch something with some stink bait.
But it's great. When the fish are biting, it's great. Yeah. The trout will put the hook in their mouth. And what you're supposed to do when they pull on it, like they pulled before, then you yank on the line and get the hook set in their mouth. And you gotta, trout is kind of hard fishing for trout. Like that. There he goes.
Well, the largest one I caught here was a 15-pounder. Yeah, you can eat them. I don't because I like to catch and release.
I would, if I was going to eat fish, I'd eat the fish. And I've been fishing here for 60 years. And you live to fight another day.
had a hard time believing that cars were just zooming around this place. We took him out to Escarate Park. We poked his brain a little bit, and this is what he had to say. Check it out.
We are standing roughly, probably right off of turns 1 and 2 for Evans Oval. It was the first really modern racetrack built here in El Paso back in 1939. Walter Gold decided that he'd had enough of the city. He's racing over at the rodeo field, which is now the County Coliseum. Everybody was complaining, it's too loud, it's too dusty. He says, you know what, forget you guys, I'm gonna go out and build a new speedway, and this is where he built it. If we're standing where I think we're standing, we're right about turn number 1. So turn 1 and turn 2 would come around here. The back stretch is probably right about where that palm tree is. And then what would be the pits would be right about where our golf carts are. And then the rest of the grandstands and everything will be right here. And big scoreboard over here on the north side where people would poke their heads through and watch the race. were the center of racing. We had people come from all over to come here. It's something to be proud of. We have a rich racing history, whether it's quarter-mile dragsters, drag boats, Grand Prix. There were so many weekends, so many people out here, not just the drivers, but the families and everybody that came out. It was a very vital part of the city. Every single time you have a speedway that develops on the outskirts of a city, eventually the city's going to catch up with it. And that's what happened. They came out here another good 20 years, and then the city caught up with them, and they had to move again. I think it was a very, very vital part because it brought people together, and they saw this space that could be used for more than just, paving it over. They made a park. As sad as I am to see the speedway go, it's a beautiful golf course now, but it is part of the history, and you need to have people reminded about that, sometimes you see that golf course or you see that empty lot and it was something completely different. It's stuff like that, just take a step back and look at it and you'll say, oh yeah, this is pretty cool.
Well, once you're in Azcárate Park, you'll notice that there's a little community garden right here. This is what it is. It's a teaching and demonstration garden. We're actually about to meet someone who is kind of in charge of this place and is going to walk us through on how you can actually participate. Come on, let's go meet him. Hi,
Hello.
Eduardo Rascon is here with us today. Eduardo, thank you so much for being here with us.
Of course.
Talk to us a little bit about this garden. What is this?
So this is basically to teach the community how they can actually have their own backyard garden and how they can grow their own produce.
So Eduardo, these are Brussels sprouts. Wow, these are so tiny, so beautiful. Now, you're telling me that this community garden is nonprofits, correct?
Yes. As a nonprofit, since we're not making any money out of this association or fundraising, most of the money that we do through fundraising or sales is to actually have funds and budget to replace things that are happening at the garden.
All right, Eduardo, so this is really unique. Part of your garden, you're telling me that this is spinach.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually eat this.
Yes, it should be very buttery.
It is actually, it's really good.
Perfect for like omelets or for like salads, smoothies.
You don't put any pesticides on this or anything like that?
No, spraying we usually try to tell the community that should be used as a last resort, because there's other practices that you can apply in your garden to prevent pests from coming in. I would like to encourage everybody to start getting familiar with the plants that they can grow here in the community. El Paso can offer you a lot of opportunity in terms of growing conditions.
Hello everyone, Sam Guzman here. We are live at Azcárate Park for another episode of Small Town Spotlight. Azcárate Park is home to many things. One of those things is its golf course, whether you're a seasoned pro or someone who just wants to appreciate what the outdoors has to offer here at Azcárate Park. The Azcárate Golf Course might be the place to be. Check it out.
Azcárate Golf Course is special for many reasons.
I think the number one thing that makes Escarity special, lots of families tell me, oh yeah, my grandpa used to play here. That's how I got introduced to golf. It's just been around for so long and generational, and they're loyal to the golf course.
Gentlemen, how are we playing today? Good? You're going the wrong way. Hole's that way.
One of the best things at Escarity that we have to offer is the Delta 9. That's a shorter golf course, executive type golf course, 9 holes. The par 4 is a little shorter, but it has a par 3 and a par 5. That's a great thing to learn on. And the wonderful thing about that is, let's say, we're booked on tee times. We hate to tell somebody that walks in the door, we don't want them to go home without playing. We want to find them a spot, and we're a very accommodating golf course in that respect. That's a no-no in my book. I do not want that guy drive down here and then be told, oh, we don't have a spot for you. So we can accommodate that. That gives us 27 holes. So when we have a tournament going on the main, we can send them over to the Delta 9, start them off, and then they can jump over here on the main when the tournament's done. We got a lighted driving range, and we stay open till 9 o'clock in the summer and 10 o'clock on Friday and Saturday nights. We did add some black tees 10, 12 years ago on this golf course. That made a huge difference. The golf course before was a little bit shorter for championship type players. And once we did that, we lengthened it up, and with the technology, that was great. When I get to talk to people, that's right up my alley. I love that. I get to talk about golf, I get to sit down, and you learn so many things. You get to know the people on a personable level.
Beautiful. I hope to come out here one day and get a round. It won't be a good round, but it'll definitely be an experience. Now, another sport Escarity Park is home to is a sport that is quickly becoming one of the most popular sports in the entire world. We're talking about pickleball. Escarity Park is one of the most popular places to play here in the Sun City. It's got 4 hard outdoor courts, and again, it's a sport that is quickly gaining much attention, and Escarity Park is the place to be if you're looking to play pickleball.
Started out as a casual way to get exercise, and then it just kind of spiraled into an addiction.
Over the last 2 years, John Wooten has become quite the pickleball athlete, all thanks to these courts here at Escarity Park.
3-0. My next door neighbor and I met somebody else that played here on a regular basis, and then we went one day, and then it was 2, and then it was 4, and then it turned into like 5 or 6 times a week. Here's.
John calls these courts the hub for pickleball in the Sun City.
Yeah, it's only a couple miles from my house, so it makes the addiction worse because I know I can get here quick, and so this part of town is pretty central.
Pickleball's success does come with a downside. According to John, the relatively new courts at Escarity already show some wear and tear.
Good shot. Over time, it's caused the surface to crack, even though it's fairly new. And so now they're going to redo it because it's such a popular thing right now.
And John says the best part of pickleball? Anyone can play.
002. There are plenty of places to play. It's free once you buy all the equipment, and there's plenty of people who will teach you how to do it. 431. It usually starts out recreationally for most people, and then it turns into an addiction.
You know, it's good enjoyment, good relaxation, good therapy, coming out here and coping with situations and relaxation. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's nice.
In the summertime, it's nice and cool down here. About 8 o'clock starts getting warm, but it's nice and cool. Come down here and relax for a couple of hours before you have to go out here and face the world.
The bait, it varies. You know, when I first started out here, they were hitting on chicken breast. They stopped hitting on chicken breast. What's very popular is weenie, hot dog, and then they stop hitting on the hot dog, and then all of a sudden they start hitting on the shrimp, and then it slows down on the shrimp. Now I'm using some stink bait, and it really stinks. So hopefully we can catch something with some stink bait.
But it's great. When the fish are biting, it's great. Yeah. The trout will put the hook in their mouth, and what you're supposed to do when they pull on it like they pulled before, then you yank on the line and get the hook set in their mouth. And you gotta, trout is kind of hard fishing for trout. Like that.
Go ahead.
Commissioners Court has reconvened to regular open session. It is 11:32 a.m. Item 10A, with a correction from the Auditor's Office. Approve and authorize the county judge to sign the Fifth Amendment to the Interlocal Agreement, VRF Project Development Agreement for the Pelicano Drive Roadway Improvement Project with the Camino Real Regional Mobility Authority, authorizing the use of VRF general funds for the completion of Phase 1 of the project, and establishing agreements for claims against the surety related to the project. Contract number 2025-0570.
Good morning, Anna Schumacher, Assistant County Attorney, and we're not requesting any action at this time, please.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Take no action for item 10A. This completes all the items on today's agenda, Judge.
Okay. It's a great way to start the week. Thank you to our translators, commissioners, Commissioner Stout. Be careful out there.
Thank you all.
Wish I was in Atlanta with you.
And once
Well,
again, happy birthday,
it's
Caesar.
it's pretty stormy. Lots of lightning and rain. So
Yeah, here
hopefully
too.
we'll get rain.
Here too.
Yeah.
Caesar,
All right, y'all have a great week.
You too. Caesar, please thank us for giving you the rest of the day off. Betsy?
Happy birthday, Caesar.
Actually, we hope you all will join us in a little bit for some birthday cake around maybe 12:30.
Now it makes sense. Thank you.
This concludes today's meeting at 11:34 a.m.